Hi, Jackie. Thank you for coming in today.
You're welcome.
We are so excited for you to be a part of this with us. So we're going to have a chat and just talk a little bit.
Okay.
What does healthy mean to you?
So that means feeling good. Because I went a long time not feeling good, and I didn't realize it was my lifestyle choices. So to me, it just means overall feeling good.
Feeling good, okay. And when you were not feeling as good as you are now, did you find yourself making up for that by doing things or making certain choices because of that?
Kind of. I mean, I didn't want to admit that it was my poor choices that were making me not feel well. In my mind, it was other things. So I was trying to overcompensate in other ways, but I was still making bad choices. So.
And when you speak of bad choices, can you tell us what, like, some of your bad choices?
Yeah. So, we're an empty nester. So Adam and I, both, we've got kids in college and, they're grown. And so when they left, we just went crazy. We were going out to eat all the time and we drank a lot. So in my mind, it wasn't the alcohol that made me feel bad. It was, well, I've got to have allergies, or maybe I've got, stomach problems, or, all these other things. It honestly didn't even occur to me that it was the bad food and it was the alcohol and just not taking good care of myself.
Right.
So.
And it's not all our fault. I mean, these things are designed and put in place to keep us right where we are. So, you work hard, you want to just unwind at the end of the week. So you go out and you enjoy yourself.
Yes.
But sometimes we have too many margaritas now.
Yes.
And then if it's a big one,
Yes.
that one margarita is your whole meal or your whole calorie consumption for the whole entire day.
That's
so
right.
I think that that's always important to make those, distinctions when you're out to eat, and it makes a difference.
Definitely.
It does make a difference. So speaking of that, what lifestyle changes have you made?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I came to you guys a year ago, sad. I mean, I didn't even want to look at myself in the mirror, clothed, unclothed, it didn't matter. And, looking for help because I wasn't going to buy bigger clothes. And, but I was honest with you guys. I was very honest about, the lifestyle, the way I was living my life. And, I made a commitment to you and myself, and when I sat down with Sherlonda, I said, okay, I'm not going to drink during the week. I'm going to cut out red meat. I'm going to cut out sugar. And I know those aren't all things that you guys, I know that you guys don't say you have to cut out this, this, and this. Those are things that I felt like I had to do in order to better myself. And so I immediately cut out sugar. I only ate fish and chicken, vegetables, fruit, and I only would drink a couple of drinks on the weekends. And it huge improvement. Now, weight loss wise, I didn't notice anything for a little bit, but I did start feeling better.
You felt better.
Rather quickly.
Well, thank you for being honest with Sherlonda. I think when you guys are honest, it helps us to help you better because then everything's out on the table.
Yep.
So then we could kind of start with the modifications as best as possible. But it's amazing when you make different choices, even in the foods you're eating, it will make you feel differently. If you eat fried chicken versus baked chicken, you might be satisfied with the baked chicken, but the fried chicken, you're going to be full and feeling down too because it makes you feel heavy. It's the difference in the the meals and things. So did you have any support in terms of in the home by your husband when you went on this journey?
Yes. Actually, he's like my biggest cheerleader. It doesn't matter what I do. So he's amazing. But yes, I basically told him, here's what I'm going to do and here's how I'm going to cook for us. Okay. So that way it, luckily it worked out because it affected him. And then he started coming to you guys. But yeah, he just kind of didn't have a choice, but he was very supportive. And, yeah, so I had the support and it worked out.
That's great. Well, you know, they say married men live 10 years longer than single men.
Oh, well.
Well,
Okay.
because of the women, the wives tend to push them in the direction, or they just follow suit.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you had that support, and you guys were able to do it together.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Did you experience some setbacks or struggles during the journey when you were, you know, actively involved in?
Right. So, you know, you mentioned being honest. So in the beginning, when we talked about, you know, you guys were saying, you know, well, you know, can you work out 3 days a week? I was honest and was like, nope, I am not doing that. But I did. I mean, I did a little bit. So I would say that I probably would have reached my goals quicker if I had incorporated some exercise. I did occasionally. You know, I've got dogs, so I would take my dogs for a walk. I do have a stationary bike that's probably collecting dust
you ride it?
upstairs. No. So I do occasionally. So we do have exercise equipment, quite a bit of it. So really, I have no excuse other than just I don't want to. So, but all that to say, I always feel better when I do use the equipment, when I do go for walks, you know, when I do certain things. Sherlonda recommended this app. I did download it on my phone, the Tabata. And so I have done that. Now, not religiously like I should. But all that to say, I know I would have reached my goals probably faster. So my setback is if I had just worked, I mean, is the not working out part, I would say was a setback.
You know, you have to give yourself some grace because when you're making a lot of lifestyle changes at one time, it's a lot. Yeah. So if you don't like to work out and you're restricting yourself on food, then it becomes problematic. I've learned to incorporate working out into my lifestyle, but it's not something that I would prefer to do. Like Shalon, over the years, we've done all kinds of things like run marathons. Let's go run a marathon. Okay, I'm gonna show up unprepared, not knowing what I'm signing up for because she'll sign us up and we do it. But you know, you have to know yourself. So Shalonda likes to work out.
Oh, well,
I work out now because I have to. I need to. I know it's better for me and I do feel better. So now that you're here, you've learned to put all the pieces together, so you've had a bigger result as you know because of the things that you've done.
Right.
So I think you should pat yourself on the shoulders for that. There you go. So have you tried other programs in the past, and if so, how are we different? How is F.I.T different for you? How was the experience different for you?
So honestly, I've never talked to anyone about helping me with my weight loss and whatnot. And that's only because I've always been small. Up until 3 years ago when my daughter left to go to college and, you know, we went crazy. So it was over a 3-year period where I put on the weight and all of that. So honestly, I don't know any different, but you guys have set the bar really, really high. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
We try. We strive to just really to meet the clients where they are. Everybody comes in with a story, and then once we know your story, then we can learn, you know you, and then proceed from there.
right.
So that's important. Is there anything you'd like to share about your experience?
Yeah, I feel like you guys, what I think is different about you guys from other places, from what I've heard, is you're not here just to write a prescription. You truly care about your patient's health. So it's, you're not just trying to put somebody on medication. You want them to change their lifestyle. You help them eat better, and you give them advice on, how much water to drink, how much exercise you should be getting, how much sleep you should be getting. So I think all of that is the perfect combination of how to improve your health. So whereas there's so many weight loss places that they just want to prescribe something. Yes. And I don't feel like that's the right answer for everyone. Right. That's why I feel like this is a great fit for me, because you're just the complete package, really. And I feel like you truly care about my health.
Thank you. We do. We do. We set ourselves apart from other places, because we're not here for quick weight loss. We're here for lifestyle. We're lifestyle changers. You have to incorporate that into the weight loss too, because gaining weight is a symptom of other issues. It's never just, you woke up one day 10 pounds, 20 pounds overweight. It's something that's happened, albeit if you're overeating, sometimes it is an eating issue and sometimes it's not. Sometimes there are other things going on. Your hormones can be unbalanced. Thyroid is not functioning properly. You're sad, you're depressed, there's trauma, there's so many things that are unresolved. And as women sometimes tend to internalize things, especially the professional woman. You are working, you're busy, you have kids, you have a family, and we tend to just put it to the back. So I'm glad you at least took a step and came and gave us a chance. And I know you've had some great success with your weight loss. So my next question is, did you meet your weight loss goal?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And how long did it take you to reach your goal?
I would say about 6 months. So I've been, with you guys for a year. So the last 6 months has really just been maintenance. I don't, I'm happy with where I'm at. So yeah, 6 months.
6 months, and that's a good time. It takes about 6 weeks to get started, to put in your mind, start changing your mindset. And then for some people, 8 to 12 weeks will be that ideal time where they start to see change, or when people start to notice that they're losing weight. Once you start and you adopt it into a lifestyle, then it becomes easier for you because it's a lifestyle. So since you've been in the maintenance phase, do you think some of the things that you and Shalonda talked about in the past helps you moving forward, so when you guys do go out to dinner, you could make some different decisions?
Yes.
Yes,
definitely. There's no reason why my husband and I need to order 2 separate entrees. Food portions these days are so big. We can easily get an appetizer and an entree, and sometimes we even still have food to take home. So I've gotten to where I eat to where I'm satisfied. And in the past, I would eat until I was just stuffed. And so I find that, making better choices plus eating until you're satisfied makes a huge difference.
It does.
Yeah.
It does, because once you stop eating a lot, your body kind of accommodates. So then when you eat too much, you don't feel well. You physically feel sick and nauseous, and it's just not tired. It takes the energy away from you when you overeat. So I think that's always a good principle, to eat. And we have to remember that food is really just energy, it's fuel. You don't have to fill up your tank if it's already full. So would you recommend us to other people?
Yes, 1,000% yes, I would.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Are there any things that you think we should change or do differently that you guys would like to see us doing that would better help your journey along the way?
I can't think of one thing. I wish I could.
I wish you could. You could tell us so we could make some improvements.
I know. I just think you guys are just so amazing. And, I'm your biggest cheerleader. I tell everyone about you, all my friends. I mean, you're so attentive. You're so caring. I can't think of one thing you should change. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you. We really do appreciate that.
You're welcome.
It warms our hearts to know that what we're doing is not in vain. Sometimes, when we're competing with other people and what's popular, sometimes is not always the best option. So we're not going to be for everybody, but the people that are truly seeking help, they'll come in and they'll find value in the things that we do and in the ways that we help them.
Right.
So I thank you for coming, and I thank you for supporting us and continuing to believe in us. That means a lot to us.
Definitely. And thank you for everything you've done.
You are very welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome.